Good morning, everyone. For the first press conference of the practice day, we have Ohio State student athlete Emma Malte and head coach Nadine Muzerall. The format for today's press conference will have an opening statement from head coach, and then we'll have questions for both student athlete and head coach at the same time. We have wireless microphones. Please use those as the news conference is being recorded. Head coach, opening statement.
Well, we're very excited to be back in Minneapolis, and being a young coach, that it's a very humbling experience for both me and our young team here to be in the Frozen Four. Last weekend was a great competition and a great game against a great team that was well coached with Boston College, and we're here to face on a #1 team right now tomorrow, and the girls are just very energized and ready. They're physically ready, and I think they're mentally ready. And so, again, just very grateful to be representing the Ohio State here on this platform. So thank you for everybody coming out.
Thank you for those comments. We'll open up to questions. First question from the media. Right up front.
Nadine, what do you look to as some of the keys to how you guys were able to reach these heights so quickly in your tenure?
It starts with these athletes believing in the process. And so when I came in, I knew that we had to shake some things up and change the culture. And so the girls really wanted that, and so they really bought into everything that our coaching staff was presenting to them. It also starts between the pipes with our goaltender Cassidy Sauvé. I mean, the horses pull the cart, and so you have one of arguably the best goaltender in the nation, and then I think arguably the best rookie in the country, and she proved that last weekend. And we have a really good young freshman class. Young, but I think helping out with last weekend's win for their mental toughness going into this weekend.
Next question.
Emma, how much has Coach Muzz influenced you since you picked Ohio State and ended up playing for?
Should I leave?
No, a lot. I remember meeting Coach Muzz. I don't know if she remembers, but at my first Hockey Canada camp, she came down to bring me down to for me to know if I was selected or not to my first team, and I don't even know if she remembers that. But then I found out she was our coach because of the coaching change, and ever since then, she's allowed us girls to buy into something really special here, and I think that she set the pillars for our team, and she's a easy person to follow when it comes to being a player for her. So yeah.
Nadine, what does it mean? Two-part question. What does it mean for you to be back here in Minnesota, and then what did you take from Brad or Laura that kind of set you up to be a coach?
Well, I'm not going to lie and say it's not personal for me. My kids were born here. It's my alma mater as well as the team I coached for 5 years. So it is special. So I think, if anything, we've got the home crowd on our side with, Minnesota fans don't like Wisconsin. And, they don't have any relationship to East Coast. So why not cheer for two alums of Minnesota? So hopefully that's in our favor. But, with Brad and Laura, they helped shape, my mindset with the culture, and it's more about the players and coaching their hearts than anything else. And so I'm very grateful for them and the opportunity that Brad has given me to be where I am now. And then Laura Halderson, that's where I get some of my old school ways from. And she was tough, but, she always cared about you and was very loyal. And she is a trailblazer and a phenomenal mentor, and especially as a female head coach. And we have Katie King here as well. Crowley, sorry, you're always Kinger to me. But, there's only 7 of us here. So when you have somebody as a pioneer as Laura Halderson to be that mentor and role model for you, it's encouraging for the future, to have the opportunities for them.
Question in the second row.
Emma, what did you learn about yourself and your team in the win over Boston College?
I think we came out and we didn't really know what to expect. I mean, we did video on them, and we were honestly just so excited. It was incredible feeling to be a part of the Final 8, and we came out there, and I think we just showed resilience and just like honor to be a part of something so special. Our team, I don't know if you can tell just by watching our practice or us around, we're very, very close, and I think that that win against Boston College even reinforced that closeness between us. So, yeah.
Emma, what are Coach's old school ways?
I mean, I'm not gonna lie. Sometimes it's gonna be hard days, like in practice, and there's hard practices, hard times between where we gotta really embrace being a Buckeye. And I think that sometimes we're young girls. Sometimes we lose sight of exactly how to handle ourselves. And I think that Muzz does a great job of keeping us in line. And I think that at times it does get hard. I mean, we're a family, and we all come together in the end. So, yeah.
Next question.
Muzz, how much do you think it adds? You've got, what, 7 Minnesotans on this team, and then, you and Melita. How much does it add that you guys are doing this here in Minneapolis?
Well, I know that when we played Minnesota, in Minnesota, a lot of those girls had a chip on their shoulder playing the Gophers. And so now that we're going to have a pretty good home base, because a lot of Minnesotans are from Minnesota and don't leave Minnesota, so grandma's here and aunt and uncle, so they're going to have a huge fan base, within their own immediate family. But they're jacked up, and as excited as we are to be here, and honored, we're not going to be the ones that are sitting back as the 4th-ranked team out of the 4, sitting back and just bedazzled by all the lights in the press. We're here to win a tournament, and so we're going to come in competitive, and we're going to come in ready to rock and roll.
Any other questions?
How much did, for both of you, Wisconsin, I know you wouldn't see them till the next game, but the fact that you swept the #1 team in the country at the time, how much confidence does that give you going against Clarkson, considering their history?
Yeah, right now Clarkson's ranked 1, but I think, with the way this season was going, anybody could have been #1 towards the end there. And we have knocked off some very respectable teams. We've had some signature wins, and we've learned from some losses that we shouldn't have had. And right now the girls are well aware of what's at stake. You lose, you're done. And so they don't want that, as Clarkson I'm sure doesn't either. But they're hungry for it, and it's just a confidence piece that, like you said, we were willing to beat Wisconsin, but that was a while back, so we're a new team, and I think we're even stronger.
And, we just keep fighting because we don't want any game to be the last game with each other, and I think we know that, and we just want to go to the end, and like Maz said, win a national championship is our goal.
Any last questions? All right. Thanks to both of you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
The Clarkson press conference will begin at 12:30.